And here is Aaron Nelson, Nikolai Miyu's defense attorney. He's not shy about coming up to a microphone. Let's hear what he has to say.
Understand, right? Obviously, we were hoping for a sentence that gave him a more realistic opportunity of coming back out. But I guess those are my thoughts.
And just to clarify, in Wisconsin, 20 years means 20 years. There's not a
Correct. There's, I believe, 3 programs. One is earned release program he's not eligible for. One is child incarceration program he's not eligible for. There's another program that I probably should know more about, and I don't, that wouldn't take place until 75% of the sentence is served. So it wouldn't, and even then, if he'd even be eligible, it's a petition that the state, the Schumann family, the court, lots of other people have input on.
That's a significant downward departure. So, I mean, what is it you think that had the biggest impact when it came to that fact?
The number that the judge gave? I mean, he used his words and explained it. I mean, it sounded like he was saying, the fact that the jury spoke and said it's not intentional, that it was reckless, is certainly something that he took into consideration in deciding what do we need to, how do we shape a sentence that's going to reflect that. The rest of Mr. Miyu's life, some of what I like to think is something he already believed, not something I said, but just this was the worst moment, but there's a lot more to Mr. Miyu that we could judge, and you have to take all of that into consideration.
Aaron, because these are being served concurrently, this means he would be released when he's 74.
He'll be released 20 years from July 30th, 2022, so I think he would be 72. He was born in 70.
Because of the 2 years count.
So the 20 years started July 30th of 2022.
Does Wisconsin give credit then for that date that he's already served?
Yes, the sentence starts July 30th of 2022, or today minus 732 days.
And then the number of years spent typically.
Correct.
Years from now, when you look back on this case, what do you think you'll remember?
What do I think I'm going to remember? I don't know how that's relevant. I mean, my own personal experience about it is, probably like most of my cases, if I was going to look back and remember something, it'd be like, what if I did this? What if I did this? If only I'd have said this. Maybe I could have better explained this. Maybe I should have made this other argument. I mean, not necessarily regrets, but, we obviously have our beliefs. I understand the system. We're members of the system, and I appreciate and respect all the decisions that were made within the system. But at the end of the day, we stand by our positions we've said in court, both before the verdict and after.
Did you have a chance to speak with Mr. Miyu after the sentencing?
Yes.
And what are his thoughts, his demeanor? Did he say anything? Was he surprised, not surprised?
What I'm happy to share is, his demeanor is, I think, as the judge articulated up on there, he's carrying a heavy burden for lots of different reasons, and this is something that he takes very seriously, and he's still processing how he's going to deal with all of that.
Was he surprised by the sentence, or no?
I'm not going to share that.
It was kind of hard not to notice how much weight that he has lost, in my opinion, even since the trial. Is he doing okay health-wise, or is there anything you could share on that?
I think that there's nothing that I can share other than stress and diet, right? I mean, this is not meant to be a criticism of the St. Croix County Jail by any means. It's just jail by its nature is going to be not the place where people flourish, right? And so whether it be their health, their mental health, their physical health, it's not a place for flourishing. And I think what we've seen is he's suffering.
Is there any appeal process going forward there?
I imagine that he's going to file a notice of intent to seek post-conviction relief. That's going to be a lengthy process. That'll be in the hands of some other attorneys. Undoubtedly, they will have to look at, our performance, my performance, and see if there's anything along those lines or what the courts do. But that's for another day and other lawyers. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.